Hello everyone. So this week I read a lot. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 volumes. I guess that's not much. That's less than last time. Stop making fun of me. I can't count. Okay, anyway, so One Punch Man. This starts season 3. So if you are not caught up to the manga, like I'm caught up to the English releases. So if you're not caught up to English releases, this is going to be a bit of some spoilers. As well, all of this as usual. I might spoil a few things, so if that, doesn't really work for you, then just be aware I warned you. So we continue to see Garo and his ventures in the monster world. He's trying to save his little human friend down there. But it's troublesome because his friend meets the director's son, and of course the director's son sucks. Garo, though, is really becoming more and more monsterish. He's evolving as a monster, and I guess he can evolve naturally into a monster, which will be interesting. We also see Genos kind of evolve as well. He gets a whole new setup. And the Monster King Orochi just is insane. He destroys Garo without even trying, and he can do all these things. It's very cool to know that these all used to be humans now. I guess there's no such thing as a natural monster. They were human at some point and they evolved into monsters, or something of that nature. They had monster cells or something like that. There's always awesome fight scenes in this. Garo versus the Demon King was so cool. Seeing the Demon King in this big setup like that, so cool. Everything that goes on, so cool. We also get to finally see Child Emperor fight, which was really cool, as well as a few of the other A and B class heroes. This guy's hilarious. He has to beg his psychic powers to work for him. I think that's really funny. The Rhino Man finally dies by Atomic Samurai. That was awesome. Pig God literally just fights by eating people. That's hilarious. This one shows a little bit more about Flashy Flash and the ninja battles, so I really like this one as well. This also has the Child Emperor fight scene. Child Emperor versus what used to be Drive Knight, or at least what I think used to be Drive Knight. Tough to say. And then he has to fight Phoenix, who ended up being a guy in a costume from a TV show. And he couldn't get it off, and so he turned into Phoenix Man. So I thought that was wicked funny. And he's awesome. He reincarnated, and then Child Emperor summoned a giant robot to fight. That was so sick. But obviously you can only do it for so long. And then they tease the return of Suiryu, or Suiryu. I don't know how to say that name, okay? But yeah, I loved it. I can't wait for more of it. One Punch Man is complete. So that means I started Law of Ueke. Law of Ueke is an older manga that I love. It has a sequel called Law of Ueke Plus. I've never read it. I've never finished this series either. I've read up to volume 8, I think, in the past when I was younger. The series is hilarious. It's not drawn super well, I'll be honest. The art is a little old school and a little slobbish. But the main character is hilarious. He reminds me a lot of Luffy. From the earlier days, where Luffy's just a total dunce and a spaz and just does things on a whim. So this guy, he learns how to do things just by watching them. He has the ability to turn things that he views as trash into trees, so it doesn't have to necessarily be trash. He hasn't really played with that feature too much, though, where oh, I think that this thing is trash, and so it turns into a tree. It's pretty much just been empty bottles and candy wrappers, things like that. But if you strike a human, you lose a talent, and so each person is given, I think it's 12 talents to start, and Ueke loses them no big deal. He doesn't care. He's like, listen, if I lose the talent and I really liked it, then I'll just do my thing and I'll keep getting better at it naturally. So this is a Law of Ueke. It's on a computer document, and you can see the ones that are whited out, the ones he lost. So the talent to run, the talent to study, the talent to be liked by girls. But he still has the talent for reflexes, to play the lottery, talent to be liked by animals. There's a bunch of them. Anyways, he has to fight against all these other contestants. He steals this guy's hat and he wears it because he thinks it looks nice. His do-rag thing. See? It's funny. Then he takes it off and he takes it back. Anyways, so it's like pretty cool, pretty serious manga too, because you know, we get to see Ueke and the crew actually lose people. So, for example, Ueke fights one of the strongest people in it, who ends up being likely to be the endgame boss, Robert Hayden. His ability is to use bubbles, and so he raises Ueke up to the sky and then drops him, and his celestial guardian, who isn't allowed to interfere with these battles, catches Ueke, therefore interfering with the battle. So he catches him, and then he gets transported to the underworld. You see the hole to hell opens right up, but he says, listen, dude, just do whatever you want. This is your life. Don't live my life, okay? And so he gets sucked down to hell, and then all of a sudden, right, this is really fucking cool. Robert Hayden's like, that meddler's gone, we can continue our battle. But then he comes back from hell, grabs the guy and drags him down with him, and the gate closes. I was like, oh shoot, that's so cool. Anyways, yeah, so the goal is to take out everybody else who has powers. And with that ability to take everyone out with powers, you gain one of their talents, okay? So a lot of the people at this point in the manga have like 300 talents because they wiped out all these other candidates. And the goal is to take out everybody and be the last one standing. That makes you like God of the world, so you can do whatever you want. You also get this thing called the talent of blank. Well, I guess it doesn't make you the God of the world. It makes your celestial person candidate the God of the world, and you give the talent of blank. The talent of blank can be filled in to be anything you want. One guy, for example, has a dream to make it so he can dig well, and so he wants to dig a hole for his Oasis hot spring. In this fight, Ueke has to fight this man who turns his shadows into clay dolls. So that was really a cool fight. There's tons of shadows everywhere, so it's really cool to see all these clay guys show up. He eventually wins, but then another guy shows up, and this is a really annoying ability in my opinion. He has the shadow to make the power to make shadows turn into robots, and I was like, dude, that's such a rip-off idea. So that wasn't so creative, but usually their abilities are pretty creative. One guy's ability was to kick dirt, and it turns into stones. I mean, not stones, into like iron balls. Thought that was one of the more cooler ones. But yeah, there's a bunch of them that just pop up. This is Quintessential Tuplets number 11. We find out more about their past and how come it was Yotsuba and how the girls grew up without a mom and things like that. It was pretty cool. They go on summer vacation. We get to see the girls in their swimsuits, fan service island, you know how it is. But we also get to see Ichika, okay, drop out of school, but not really drop out. Even though she can still graduate, she decides not to, which I thought was kind of dumb. But whatever, she becomes an actress and she does her own thing. And Futaru decides to study with her as a movie idea, so that way she can pass her tests still, because she has enough days to be absent and still graduate, but if she doesn't go to school, she wouldn't take any of the tests and then therefore be unable to pass them. So he's like, well, what if I help you study, then you can pass your tests? And she's like, nope, no thanks, but eventually, you know, that happens. That was neat. Last volumes, so these four, epic series. Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. I cannot say enough good things about this series. So amazingly good. So I'm going to get into some spoilers here, but this golem shows up 9 eyes, right? With 10 eyes, which is a multiple golems, and kills the Mouse Knight and the Mantis Knight. However, the Mouse's Knight's wish was that the Mantis Knights, if they were to ever die, is okay to live. But the thing was, he decided to run over and save her on his own, even knowing that was the wish. So he just instinctually ran over at her to save her, but they both end up getting stabbed, so it ends up being pointless. And then he confesses, he says, I love you, and then that's that. And so it was really sad, actually. And I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. We also get to see Anima, finally. Anima comes down and starts turning the knights into mythical knights. So we see the Dragon Knight and the Unicorn get made. That's the Dragon Knight there. The Unicorn Knight was the Horse Knight. But it seems like each group of them have the ability to transform into mythical knights. So there's 3 different options. So like Dragon and Snake, Snake and Lizard can turn into that one. There's like Horse, Dog, and Cat can turn into the Unicorn, things like that. And the bird ones can turn into the bird one. Get it? Like chicken and things. We also get to see Yu kind of like change here. So he's starting to become more like a... he's becoming more of a hero, you know? He's becoming more like... this guy. Okay, this guy. He's becoming more like him. The original Dog Knight. Which is great, you know? He actually ends up fighting him, which is a scene we see far earlier on, and he uses this thing called Domain Control Babylon, which lets him accelerate, like, really fast. It's just like his little platform's kind of constantly pushing on him, and that was so sick. He also used the spear. But he climbs up the stairs, and he finds out this hint that Anima wanted to show him. So Anima shows him that there's something else there, you know, on the Biscuit Hammer. And so eventually they beat the 11th and the 10th golems, and we see in the sky there's this giant robot thing. Only those who have hope can see the robot thing, and only things that see despair can see the despair thing. So this was awesome. I cannot wait to see the ending. Everything's wrapping up. I really thought people were going to die in this one. I like to see Owl and his kind of revelations and changes and growth. That was cool too. The next volume's the last one, so after that, it's going to be tough for me to live my life. So in terms of next week, what am I going to read? I'm going to read the Quintessential Quintuplets. I'm going to read Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, 9 and 10. I'm probably going to read a lot of the Law of Ueke, since I no longer have One Punch Man to read, which is kind of too bad, but whatever. So I'll try to do 5 through 10. We'll see if I can do more or less, whatever. But I also have manga coming in a haul. Not the one that's going to air on Tuesday. But I have more boxes coming in on Monday and Tuesday. And so I'm probably going to see if I have any of those to read as well. So I might not read as many of these as I would want, specifically the Law of Ueke. But we'll see. And I'll also keep updating my collection video as well, and posting more and more videos of that too, so that way you guys can know what series I have in a little bit more detail. I know the Girlfriend cut kind of shows off the whole collection, which I thought was really nice. I'll probably put it in the big master video, but the but I'll keep shooting it the same way. Well, I already shot it all. I'll keep doing the audio recording the same way I did for the first one then, and just like how that one kind of is too. Since the color doesn't seem like it bothers too many people anyways. So that's fine. I'll try to still tweak the colors, but we'll see what I can do with this film I already shot. It takes a long time to record all that audio. So hopefully you guys can give me some good criticism by the time I finish all this for the next time I make this. Anyways, that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by and watching, everyone, and I hope everyone has a good upcoming week. Bye.